Hey, Song and Sword family, welcome to another Mic Talk. This is Song and Sword, where we proclaim Jesus with a song of grace and a sword of truth. I need some coffee this morning. I love this time of year because it's family. It was great memories for Sarah and I growing up. And of course, both of our sets of parents are gone now, but we get to be around with Mikey and Monica in Israel. And hopefully it'll be some seasonal weather. We'll have a fire in the fireplace and lots of pecan pie. I'm sitting up here in the sanctuary of our house, the synagogue, the historic synagogue, and I wanted to show you all the nativities that we have out. You can kind of see there over my shoulder, back in the background, is the ebony one from Kenya. Then we have that one right there. I can't do this. This one right there is the, to my left is the wool one from Bethlehem. Then there's the one from Haiti, and there's one from Germany, and there's we got, I gotta see if I can do this. It's hard to do this without blocking the entire thing. Never mind. Then Amsterdam is there, the faceless pottery from Dominican Republic, and one from Sarah's childhood, ebony from Kenya. We have then some Vietnamese there, and we have the Vatican, and we have El Salvador. What am I saying? Well, we go crazy at Christmas time. An icon. Anyway, several of those, and they're smattered all over the house. And I don't know what smattered means. They're laid around. Man, I'm not awake this morning. This will be a great Mic Talk, huh? Text prayer to that number on the screen, and we'll pray with you and for you. And we hope you're having a great week heading into a time of family. Pray with us every day. See, hat says 149. That's when we're praying. Let's get to the book of Zechariah. I hope you're reading through Zechariah this week. This week I'm working on Malachi. I hope that you'll tune in. I got a great big vision for Song and Sword, and it goes along with the sermon from Malachi about how God wants us to worship Him with everything we have sincerely. But Zechariah chapter 11, starting with verse 12 and 13, I'm going to read. And remember, this week we're looking at Zechariah passages that pointed exactly to life stuff in Jesus, prophesied about Jesus, the Messiah. Zechariah 11:12 says, "Then I said to them, if it seems right to you, give me my wages, but if not, keep them. So they weighed my wages, 30 pieces of silver. Throw it to the potter," the Lord said to me. This magnificent price, I was valued by them. So I took the 30 pieces of silver and I threw it to the house of the Lord, to the potter. 30 pieces of silver probably sticks out in your mind, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But what was happening with Zechariah? Well, Zechariah was the shepherd of the people. That's what's going on. And even though he was prophesying the word of the Lord, the people didn't like it. The people didn't want to be shepherded by him. And so at the end, they rejected him as a shepherd. And that rejection, he came and said, well, I've been shepherding you guys for a long time. I've been prophesying. I've been helping you guys be encouraged to rebuild the temple and to look forward to the coming of the Messiah. And so now just pay me what you think I'm worth, and I'll get out of here. I'll get out of your hair. Well, they give him 30 pieces of silver, which is a really, really low price considering all that he's done. That's the irony here, if you heard that in, so I took the magnificent price, I was valued by them. That's irony. It's sarcasm. He's saying, wow, after all that I've done, you're going to give me 30 pieces of silver. It was a very, very low price for a prophet, someone who is speaking the very words of God. Well, fast forward then to the time of Jesus Christ. Matthew records for us that was the price that Judas agreed on. Judas, who had seen Jesus walk on water, do miracles, do all the stuff that Jesus does, teach everything that he's taught. He believed, I think, he was the coming Messiah, just not the one that he wanted. And he goes to the high priest and he says, what will you give me if I turn Jesus over? 30 pieces of silver. And this, I think, is the deal. The price is the embarrassment part of it, right? The price that Judas, I guess it wouldn't be any better, but what if Judas sold Jesus and betrayed Jesus for hundreds of thousands of shekels of silver? Maybe it would seem a little bit more worth it. At least he got some worldly wealth out. But he trades Jesus and loyalty to Jesus for a very, very small amount. Same thing that happened in Zechariah. Of course, this is yet another prophecy where the Old Testament points to Jesus Christ, and it turns out exactly that way. By the way, it becomes even more that God says, okay, they gave you 30 pieces of silver for your work. Go throw that in the potter's field. A potter's field would be a place where they discarded old pottery. So a bunch of broken shards of money, it doesn't matter. Just throw that silver there. And you might remember in Acts chapter 1, when Judas was convicted that he shouldn't have betrayed Christ, um, they took the 30 pieces of silver and bought potter's field and buried Judas there after he hung himself. That's another story, and that's another part of the prophecy. Actually, two prophecies come true in the life of Christ. But what's the point for this Tuesday as we head into Thanksgiving? By the way, pray for your pastor today, because I have to cram like a whole week of work into 3 days so I can enjoy the holidays with my family. But I love it. I'm called to it. Just help me to have capacity. Pray for that. But what's the point on this Tuesday as we're heading into Thanksgiving? The point is don't sell Jesus for a cheap price. The stuff of this world, the things that distract us, the intentions that get in our way because we want something, or the selfishness that gets in our way. Don't sell Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. That's the whole point that I want to think about on this Tuesday. I don't want to sell Jesus out with my time or with my energy or with my resources. I want to give him, he's worth way more than 30 pieces of silver. And we know that when we look at Judas, but you know what? He's worth way more than the time that I'm going to spend wasting today on a screen, the time that I'm going to waste today, scrolling through stuff that doesn't matter, the time I'm going to waste today, or the money that I'm going to waste today on whatever it is that's in the way of Jesus Christ. I don't want to place any low value on Jesus today. That might be a hard stretch for us to think through that, because obviously you're not literally selling Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. And at the same time, I think we sell him a lot with our time and our energy and our resources. We spend more on them than we do on Jesus. And that's not what we want to be. Zechariah is a picture of that. That leads to Judas being a picture of that. May we be better today as we follow Jesus Christ. God bless you guys. See you soon.